Welcome to Yin class. So we're going to start on our backs with our feet together, knees apart, um, into a butterfly, like tuck of the tailbone, let the pelvis open, and then reach the arms overhead, either keeping arms in cactus, maybe grabbing opposite hands or opposite elbows. Start to get comfortable, settling in. Start to take some deep centering breaths. On the inhale, expand the belly. Notice what's on the mind. Acknowledge thoughts. And then on your exhale, settle in, become deeper, come into the body, and let go of those thoughts. Start to bring the senses inward. Start to listen to the breath. The sound of the breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the opening of the chest. Feel the opening of the hips. While you're here in this opening position, start to set some sort of intention for yourself. Maybe for this class, maybe for this week, this month. Just something that you can focus in on and keep coming back to when you notice the mind starts to wander and drift. So coming back to the senses, bringing the senses inward. Start to notice how the body's feeling today. Start to notice how it feels as your hips slowly start to release, or your chest slowly starts to release. Notice if you're holding any tension or stress in any other parts of the body, maybe in the hips or the shoulders. See if you can bring the breath to those areas of tension. Slowing down the breath. Doing a 3-part breath together. So on the inhale, breathe into the lower belly. Let the lower belly expand. Breathe into the rib cage. Let the rib cage expand. Sip in a little more air into the chest. Become full of oxygen. Hold that oxygen in. Let it circulate in your body. And then on your exhale, exhale out of the nose slower than you would like. Chest come down first, and the rib cage, then the lower belly. Again, breathe into the lower belly. Breathe into the rib cage, let them expand to the sides. And then breathe into the heart space, to the chest. Stay full of air. Maybe you can sip in a little more air. Let the lungs be full of oxygen. And then exhale, slow out of the nose. Maybe you activate the Ujjayi breath, the restriction in the back of the throat, to really control the exhale. Let all the air come out. Be completely empty. And then inhale through the lower belly. Inhale through the rib cage. Inhale through the chest. Hold the air in. And exhale. Let the chest deflate. Rib cage come in. Lower belly come in. And then just start to breathe normally. See if you feel any sort of difference in the body. Maybe a tingling sensation, circulation. As we lay here, and allow our hips and shoulders to open and the connective tissue to slowly release. Notice what comes up to you in your mind. Notice where your mind goes. Do you feel grounded, supported today? Do you feel maybe uneasy, maybe long business days or daily life agendas? See, with every inhale, you can take that in, and with every exhale, maybe let it go a little deeper. Allow this time for a reset and ease. On your next inhale, slowly start to guide your knees up together, planting the bottoms of your feet on the mat. And then slowly start to release the hands down beside you. Palms of the hands come down on the mat. Once you're here, slowly start to make your way up onto the forearms and then onto the hands, crossing the legs in front of you. You go ahead and face the camera so you can see. Come into a cross-legged seated position, holding hands in lap and just closing the eyes. See if you're holding any tension in the face. See if you can release the jaw. Maybe roll the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Letting the belly be soft. Keeping the eyes closed here. Inhale the arms overhead. Setting the arms overhead, lengthening the spine here. So imagine the spine actually lifting and lengthening, creating space through each vertebra. And then on your exhale, twist to your right, placing your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you. See if you can lift the spine a little more on the inhale. And then exhale, twist, looking over your right shoulder. See if while you're here, you pull the belly button a little bit to the spine. See if you can twist maybe a little deeper. Slowly rotate the head over to the left shoulder. Looking over left shoulder, eyes closed of course. Coming into a full spinal twist. Feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Internal organs twisting and pushing out the toxins. On the inhale, slowly start to twist back to center. For bringing hands in the lap for one moment, noticing how the spine feels. And on the next inhale, arms will sweep back overhead, lengthening the spine. Slight tuck in the tailbone, so pulling belly button to spine. Exhale, twisting to the other side, placing right hand on left knee, left hand behind you. See if you can lengthen the spine a little more. And then twisting, looking over your left shoulder. You're still being super gentle here, but warming up the spine, warming up the back. And then slowly rotating the head, looking over the right shoulder, coming into a full spinal twist. And then on your next inhale, slowly twist back to center. And then from here, we're going to bring our left hand on our left knee, right hand out to the side of us, palm down on the floor. And then on your next inhale, sweep the left arm overhead, bringing bicep to ear. So coming into a side stretch. See if you can maybe push a little bit into your right palm, rooting the left sit bones, and then extending the left hand a little bit longer over the head. Really elongating that left side. Start to breathe into the left rib cage, left shoulder. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, slowly start to round forward, coming into a forward fold. As you round forward, feel all areas of the back. Bringing the head down. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to walk your left hand over to your left side, rounding the spine, exaggerating the movement, and then lifting the right hand overhead. So coming on the other side, same way you were just on the other side. Left hand on the mat, right hand overhead. See if you can push a little bit into that left palm, really exaggerating that stretch and rooting the right sit bone. Stretching the right hand overhead. Breathe into the right rib cage. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, round forward, coming back into that forward fold. Feeling all areas of the lower back. Once in the middle, bring the forehead down to a forward fold position with legs crossed. Belly is soft here. Start to breathe into the back of the lungs, back of the heart space, the lower back. Let the neck become soft. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk your hands back towards the body. And let's roll over the knees, coming into a tabletop position, tucking the toes. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, roll the shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine, coming to a cat spine, letting all the air out. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, roll the shoulders down the back. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Toes are tucked. Slowly start to lift the hips. Coming into a down dog, but we're going to be super gentle. So keep the belly to the thighs here. The knees are bent. Maybe you're pedaling your feet out. Shaking the head out. Don't hold any tension in the neck. Just slowly start to pedal the feet. Keeping the weight balanced between the hands and feet. Spreading the fingers wide so you don't dump into the wrist. Just start to breathe into the back side of the body. Keeping it super gentle here. Just awakening the body before doing some deep stretching. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward. Place the left knee down. Setting up for a low lunge here. You can stay here with your hands framed the front foot and just breathing into the left hip flexor. Or if you would like, you can come up, placing the hands on the thigh, making it more active, but it's still a yin pose. Wherever you decide to go, just breathe into the left hip flexor. It slowly starts to release. Notice self-dialogue here. Vinyasa and fast-paced movements always seem to be a lot easier because when we're forced to stay in these poses longer, we're forced to acknowledge where the mind goes, what comes up for us. A couple more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly start to bring the hands down, but bring them on the inside of the right leg. Begin to heel toe the right foot out. Setting yourself up for lizard here. So you can stay on the hands. You can maybe work one forearm down at a time. But just stay with your breath here. Allow the belly to be soft. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. Notice what's coming up for you. We hold a lot of emotions in our hips, in our connective tissue, in our emotional body. So be gentle on yourself. What comes up here? Breathe through any thoughts. On your next inhale, you're on the forearms. Slowly start to make your way onto your hands. Lean back out of the hip and slide that right foot back to meet your left and come back into a child's pose for just a moment. Bringing the forehead down, arms straightened out in front of you. Notice how one side feels to the other, one hip feels to the other. On your next inhale, slowly roll yourself back up to that tabletop position. Tucking the toes, slide your left leg in between your hands, setting yourself up for the lunge on this side. You can untuck the toes if it feels better on the knees, or you can keep them tucked. And then if you went up onto your thigh on the other side, feel free to do that on this side. Coming into your low lunge, allowing the right hip flexor to slowly release. Closing the eyes. Even though this might seem like a very active pose, we can make it gentle. It's more about the stretch here than it is about the strength. On your next inhale, have your hands on your thighs. Slowly start to bring the hands down to the mat on the inside of your left leg. Once your hands are down, slowly start to heel toe that left leg out to the edge of the mat. You can stay here or maybe work your way down one forearm at a time. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. So breathe into the hip flexor, breathe into the hips, breathe into the foot that's grounding you into the floor. On your next inhale, slowly make your way back to your hands, leaning back out of the hip. Slide that left leg back, coming into a child's pose for just a moment again. Really digest the benefits of the hip opener. On your next inhale, slowly slide yourself back up to a tabletop. Now we're going to do another hip opener. We're going to set up for pigeon here. So if you use any sort of props for this or just the ground, I'll give you the cue. So extend the right leg out behind you, lifting the right leg, and then slowly start to bring your knee up to your right wrist. And then start to slide your foot out to the side, finding an angle here that works best for you. So the more your right ankle comes to your left wrist, the deeper of a stretch. And then once you find a place that works for you, slowly start to wiggle the hips down. And then once you're set up there, you can slowly start to make your way down to your forearms, or even if you want to stack your hands and place your forehead on the hand. Begin to settle in here. On your next big inhale, allow it to slowly start to lift you back up to your palms. Walk your palms back up to the center. And once you're on your hands, slowly start to shift that right leg back. Taking any sort of free movement here to roll the hip out. And then once you're done with that, extend the left leg out behind you. Setting up for pigeon on the other side. Extend the left leg. And then bring the knee in up to the left wrist. Sliding in. Adjusting to your body here. So the more left ankle comes up to the right wrist, the deeper of stretch. Once you find a place, lengthen the spine, take an inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Coming back to your breath, coming back to your intention. Noticing the sensations in the body. What gets loud when you get quiet? On your next big, deep inhale, start to come back onto the hands, lifting the chest, and then shifting the hips back, extending the left leg, rolling the hip out if needed. And then from here, bring the knees down, coming on either side of the hip. Just swing the legs in front of you, coming towards the front of your mat. Onto the feet planted, knees bent. Slowly start to roll down one vertebrae at a time onto your back. Once there, pull the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Rocking side to side. Letting the head rotate. Massaging the lower back. Then from here, so I'll give you an option here if you would like to use your bolster you can bring it onto your left side, or we're going to come into a knee down twist. So extending the left leg down, pulling the right knee into the chest. And then opening the right hand, guiding the right knee and leg over to the left side. Adjusting if needed. If you see that the right knee doesn't touch the ground, you can place your bolster underneath the right knee. Setting yourself up here. And once you settle in, close the eyes. Allow gravity to slowly twist the spine. Right knee is heavy. Surrendering all your stress, all of your worries, all of your tension down and away. Allowing your thoughts to come in, positive reinforcement. Creating a more sense of ease, a more sense of peace. Allowing the jaw to unhinge. Start to come back to the body. And then on your next inhale, slowly rotate completely on your left side. So keeping the position of the legs, The right hand will come to the left side of you, and you're just going to roll onto your belly. So keeping the legs where they are, roll onto the belly, bringing the arms in front of you, coming into your half frog. This will work if you did have the bolster underneath your legs, so don't worry about moving any props. And then once you're on your belly, your hands are in front of you, bring the head down. You can bring the right ear down if that feels okay on your neck. If you would like to take it a step further, feel free to stay here if you're comfortable. But you can reach back with your right hand and bend your left knee. If you do this, your left ear should be down on the mat, and it comes into a quad stretch. If you have a grip on the back foot, slowly start to release. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to slide that right leg all the way down. Placing the right ear down. And then on your next inhale, slide the other leg up, the left leg into your half frog. So the left leg is at a 90-degree angle, keeping the hips square. And slowly start to come back into your meditative state, noticing the rise and fall of your belly against the floor. Coming back to your intention. You would like to come into the quad stretch on this side. Slowly start to bend the right knee, reaching back with your left hand to grab the right foot. You notice the mind slowly wandering. Just come back to your breath to bring you back to the moment. Grab a grip on the back foot. Slowly start to release that foot. And then on your next inhale, start to come up onto the forearms in front of you. So keeping the position of the legs, lift the left elbow and thread the right hand underneath. And that will allow you to roll onto your back, keeping the position of the legs, coming into your knee down twists on the other side. Begin to breathe into the left side body, to the lower belly, to the left shoulder. On your next inhale, slowly start to roll all the way on the back, pulling both knees into chest, wrapping your arms around and rocking side to side. Then rocking back to center, placing the bottoms of the feet down on the mat, and reach for your block or bolster. We're going to set up for supported fish pose. So that requires a prop in between your shoulder blades long ways, or if you're using a bolster, placing it down the mat at the bottom of the spine, bottom of the sit bone, and then rolling all the way down onto the back. And then once all the way down, opening the arms, letting the chest open, and then doing any sort of movement with the feet, the legs, if you'd like. If you'd like to stretch them out long, or bring them bottoms of the feet together, knees wide, or even bottoms of the feet as wide as the mat and then knees together in center point. Whatever feels good for you. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way up, removing the prop, the bolster, or the block. Slowly start to roll back onto the back, pulling knees into chest. One last time, rocking side to side. And then extending one leg down at a time to come into your final resting pose. I'm going to take you through a guided chakra meditation. So getting comfortable in your final resting pose. Bring your awareness down to the base of your spine. Imagine the color red. Think about a place or a person with whom you feel safe at. Is it at home? A person you love? Imagining that place that makes you feel safe. Repeating to yourself, I am grounded. I am grounded. Begin to bring your awareness to your hips, imagining the color orange. Think about that color orange, envisioning a time you feel most creative. After visioning when you feel most creative, repeat to yourself, I am creative. I am creative. Begin to bring your awareness to above your belly button, imagining the color yellow, bright yellow light. After imagining a bright yellow light, think about when you feel strong or powerful. Maybe it was a time in your life, a memory. Think about when you have felt strong or powerful. And repeat to yourself, I am powerful. I am powerful. Now bring your awareness to your heart center and envision and imagine the color green, bright green color. Think about what or who makes you feel most loved. Think about the word love. What makes you imagine that? Repeat to yourself, I am loving. Bring your awareness to your throat. Imagine the colors sky blue. Think about how you best express yourself, or a time where you need to speak your truth. Repeat to yourself, I am expressive. I am expressive. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Imagine a white light shining out from your head, creating a bubble or a cloud around you. Allow your body to melt into this cloud or bubble. Feel a connection to everything around you. People, animals, objects, and repeat to yourself, I am whole. I am whole. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle the toes and touch the fingertips. When you're ready, slowly pull one knee into the chest at a time to roll onto either side, to come back to the body. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, start to make your way up to a cross-legged seated position at the back of the mat. Bring hands to heart space. close your practice, feeling more grounded, maybe more peaceful or at ease. Taking this feeling of ease and peacefulness into your everyday life. Always allow yourself to come back to this moment. Come back to your intention. Take this intention with you. Begin to plant the seeds of the life that you want to create. Now begin to start to extend your green light out to someone who may need a little extra love, light, or support. I honor you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.